Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It is Thursday, July 24th, 2025, and my name is Jennifer Cotton. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas, and that means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So good morning and welcome. Thank you for being here. Whether it's your first time or you're returning, thank you very much. Lots of people have hopped on over on YouTube this morning already. Pam, first one here. She says, good morning, happy stampers. Hot day in north central Texas today. That's right. High 90s, I think. We still have not hit 100 in Texas, which is pretty cool. But it is 81 degrees right now where I am in Midlothian, Texas. And it's going to be hot today. Robin, good morning to you. Good morning, sunshine. Sue, good morning in cloudy Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tyra, good morning. It's hot in Kansas today. Tyra liked and shared. Thank you very much. Love this bundle on paper. Yes, it's super cute. Becky, good morning to you. Lori, good morning in Minnesota. Liked and shared. Thank you very much. Rosemary, good morning in sunny Long Island. Sorry, I'm losing my place here. Mary Jo, good morning, upstate New York. Hot here today with heat advisory. Yes, girl. I don't know about y'all, but we live with heat advisories here in the summer. So hot. Hilda, good morning to you. Callie, good morning over on Facebook. Yay, some people found me on Facebook. Linda, good morning in Mansfield. Happy to be able to watch live today. Yay. Sue, good morning. Linda, good morning in Idaho. I can put the morning walk off for a while. Woo, but don't wait too long. What's your temperature there in Idaho, Linda? And Jackie, good morning to you. All right, good to see everybody. So thank y'all for being here. Like I said, my name's Jennifer Cotton. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. I've been doing this for 23 years now, and I do this as a full-time business. So I offer lots of stuff, including these weekly free videos. Just FYI, I've had technical issues for the last 3 weeks or so. I've gone to extreme measures to try to avoid those issues today, including having a talk, like a video call with StreamYard yesterday, the service I use. They were very nice, very helpful, gave me lots of tips, and also that it wasn't my fault what's been happening. It was a bug in Google or Chrome and StreamYard and whatever. So they gave me some tips yesterday. We're plugged directly into the internet. We've taken some extreme measures. So knock on wood, no problems today, but we shall see. I still can't get my second camera to work the way I want it to. So I have a second camera, but I have to switch it manually. It just takes like a few seconds longer. But anyway, so wish me luck today. Okay, as a reminder, I will be adding timestamps to the video in YouTube today. So I will manually add those later after the video ends, and they will allow you to skip around to the part of the video you want to watch. So straight to the stamping, straight to the specials, straight to whatever. And then I really set an alarm for 9:05 a.m. on Thursday. Real smart. And then I'll add a link tomorrow on this video right over here that will take you straight to my blog, which is stamptherapist.com. Right there, sorry. And that is where you can go to find out about all of my upcoming events, get links to those events, Stampin' Up! Specials, my specials, and all kinds of other information. Join my clubs there. All the stuff is at stamptherapist.com. And I'll link it link it there for you tomorrow. Okay, back to comments. Linda, not bad for a couple of hours yet, but late afternoon in the 90s. Yes. Margaret, good morning to you as well. Okay, so as y'all come on, please do feel free to say hi, even if you're watching replay. It does help me. It helps. I feel like I have something in my eye. It helps the algorithm on both platforms, YouTube and Facebook, so more people can see my videos. So if you will hit the like button or the hearts or the laughing face or whatever you want, I'm going to do it right here on Facebook so you can see what I mean maybe. Give a thumbs up, a like, a share. There's even hearts in the chat over on YouTube that you can do, all the stuff. And of course, if you would like to follow, subscribe, turn on notifications, everything is helpful. So thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to start with my events that are coming up. I have a few. All of my events that I offer, anyone in the United States can take them. They are all offered to go, and some are offered in person. They all are going to include a PDF tutorial with detailed instructions. And you can just take the tutorial only on everything. So click the registration link if you want just the tutorial, and you can register for that. My team gets those free, of course. So if you're not on my team and you're not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, feel free to join my team so you can get free tutorials and lots of other perks. As far as the classes, we cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible unless otherwise stated. So you probably will need to own the featured bundled die, and you will die cut those components. We will cut and emboss the rest. You will cut your own designer paper if that's included with the fee. And that's pretty much how the classes are. So first up, just so you know, I have 4 classes every single month without fail: card class, scrapbook class, stamp a stack class, and wall art class. Those are all, did I bring these samples? Yes. Those are all offered in person and to go every single month. So in person for August will be August 16th, and they will be mailed on August 18th for to go, the 4 classes I just named. And then they're all clubs you can join as well. You can join the card club, which is a $20 order a month, and after 6 consecutive months of ordering and getting that class packet, you get a gift from me. That's card class, again, happening on August 16th in person, and what I'm using for these classes will be announced by August 1st. I have not even sat down to look at it yet, so I don't know yet. But anyway, so there will be a card class in August, and then the other 3 are subscription clubs that you can join, but I do allow you to sign up as a one-time class. But you'll save $2 off each one. So let me put my little screen up. Each club, you save $2 off regular class price. You receive over $20 in merchandise with each club. You get, of course, your PDF tutorial. After 6 consecutive months of club membership, you get a gift from me. You get also occasional monthly gifts, and you can cancel at any time. So don't worry, you're not locked in. I've had people stay 1 month all the way up to since the beginning. So you are not required to stay in the club if you need to quit or want to quit. But after 6 consecutive months, you'll get that gift. And then I feel like I was going to say something else, but it's like the other classes where you'll cut your own designer paper that's included with the fee. Okay, so scrapbook is hugely discounted. It is $30 a month for club members, or $32 for non. You get over 20 in merchandise. You make 2 12x12 pages. I have our pages here from this past month that we made with the Celebratory Sips stuff, and we used a couple of other stamp sets as well to make some fun, these titles and stuff. Where's my hand go? Right there. So those are the ones from this past month, and you can join us you can join the club right now. The link is already here in the video, down here on YouTube, up here on Facebook. You can join right now for August. Okay, and you make 2 12x12 pages. And then wall art is a 12x12 piece of framed art, kind of like, I've got some papers sitting on top of it right now over here, but kind of like this one and this one. They fit, I never know where to point. They fit into a 12x12 shadow box, or frame, but I do a shadow box. This is the one we just made this month. I never got to show a sneak peek on the video, but there it is. And I have, how many left? I have 3 of these left over. So if you want to buy this class, it's available. It would be $40. It's $38 for our club members and $40 for non. So this would be $40. Everything's cut, die cut, punched, and embossed, possible for you. You'll cut your own designer paper, but like these leaves are die cut, the words are die cut, the circles are die cut, etc. The squares are cut for you. The yellow's cut here, and then you're going to stamp and assemble with your stamps. This is the Perfectly Pairs bundle. Okay, so I have 3 of those. That's from last month, and I will announce what this month's is in like August 1st. Okay, and I thought I had the packets. I didn't bring them over here. I meant to bring the packets. I'm going to go grab them real quick. They're right across the hall. They're over here on Brittany's side. Hi, Britt. Hello, Britt. Of our class packets looks like. You got in this one ribbon, embellishment, and then look at all those little pieces that are cut up for you. So I just remembered I need to add some leaves to these. A little mistake, but anyway, it's fine. It all got fixed for you guys. So that's $40. And you can sign up for next month's right now. You can join the club right now. Links are in the video. By the way, side note, make sure you're on my email newsletter list so you can get notified of all this stuff. So sign up for my email right now up here in Facebook, down here in YouTube, and you will get emails directly from me about these classes, registration links, all the stuff. And tomorrow I'm going to email out the recipe cards for the cards I'm making on today's video. Okay, so, and then Stamp a Stack is 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. This is kind of what the packets look like, but it usually has 12 by 12 paper in it. This was a month where, this was last month, this past one, where we did 6 by 6 paper, but usually it's 12 inches like that other packet. And you can see you get ribbon, accessories, whatever we include that month. And back here is the class packets, all cut up, ready for you to stamp and assemble. Lots of die cutting we did this month. And you make 8 cards. These, again, are the ones we just did, not the ones coming up. But I do have 2 of these available, 2 Stamp a Stacks. So I've got, I see your comment there, Marianne. Is that for good morning, by the way? I assume wall art. So I will put you down for one of the wall art packets. I still have more. I have a pen somewhere. And I will be seeing you soon, so I can bring that to our team meeting. One wall art. Okay, so these are the cards we made. Again, they made 2 of each using the Gallery Blooms. I think the bundle is called Gallery Blooms and Beautiful Motifs. Those 2 bundles for the words and the images. So you make, is that the same card? No. Oh, this one's the same one. Which one's the other one? This one is black and white one, which was very controversial at the in-person class. It was 50-50 people liking to split this paper apart and not liking to split this paper apart. Some people didn't like it. But anyway, that is that class. Okay, 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. That's called Stamp a Stack, and it's a club you can join. $40, over 20 in merch, 8 cards. We cut everything for you. It's awesome. PDF tutorial included. Okay, so those are my monthly classes that are in person, August 16th, mailed August 18th. Okay, next up is the wall art. Yes, thank you, Marianne. Carrie, good morning to you. I just saw your comment there. Darlin, good morning. Long time no see, I feel like. Darlin, liked and shared. Thank you very much. Glad to hear. I got some tech support. Yes, Sue. Let's keep our fingers crossed, though. Margaret, good morning. Okay, let me see what my next. That was that. Okay. Oh, I forgot to. I got it right here. I want to advertise. This is, I think, what I was in the middle of talking about last week when my video glitched. So let's hope this doesn't jinx us. But the Jen and Jen Stamp Camp, I still have some packets cut. We cut extra because we didn't know how many people would register, and we ended up with extra. So I'm selling these 2 ways. I'm selling them for cheaper to get rid of these packets. You're going to love the projects, just trust me. So I got my little sticky note here with my pricing. You can get the packets to make these 6 cards, but you will need to provide your own designer paper and embellishments. Kintsugi Inspirations designer paper, whatever gold embellishments you want to use, and basic beige ribbon. $20 to make the 6 cards. 6 cards. It's a great deal. $20 for these packets. So these are the cards. I should have taken them out of these plastic sleeves, but I didn't think about it. These are the cards you'll make. You'll get a PDF tutorial. And our event is this weekend, but obviously your packet won't be. Now that does not include shipping, so I'll need to add shipping to that $20. You can combine. I have a few kits available here like this, and of course I'll combine shipping. So those 6 different cards, Genevieve co-designed them. This is what the class, this is what the class packet looks like. You do have to have the bundle. I'm trying to show you that piece right there is embossed, but anyway, you do have to own the bundle, and you'll make those 6 cards, okay? You just have to message me or comment here, or thank you, Pam. Message me, comment here, text, email, Facebook message if you want these. I think I have 3 of this one. Yes, 3. Okay, so that's one class that I'm selling right now, and I will sell it to you with all the supplies as well. I will. I'll just need to order them for you, and it costs more that way. It's $39 with all the designer paper, ribbon, etc. Okay, next up is, where did I put the cards? Right here. My Cheers and Sips class. Now this is the bundle I'm using today, and I'm actually offering today's class free with an order or for sale also. So if you really like the Cheers and Sips bundle, you can get even more projects by purchasing this one from me. So again, I'm charging $20. You're going to make 6 different designs. They're going to use some of the same techniques we use on today's cards, but these are completely different designs, which I'll show in a second. 6 designs, $20. I have 2 packets left. You provide your own designer paper. You provide your own gold striped ribbon and embellishment. This is what the packets look like. Again, we've cut and embossed, but only what's not part of the bundle. So you'll need your Cheers and Sips bundle. This is Cheers and Sips class. So these are the 6 cards. Where to put them? 1, 2, 3, and there will be a PDF tutorial. I'm typing these tutorials today. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so there you go. 6 cards, $20. You provide your own designer paper and embellishment and ribbon. Add shipping. Done and done. Simple. Okay, and last but not least, the Stamp Camp. I have, where's my note? Oh, right here. Sorry. I have, you're going to make 10 projects using the, I'm going to have to remember the name, floral, can't think of it. Let me look it up real quick. I'm blanking out. It's got either the word bloom or floral or both. Sweet Blooms and, I have to click on this, Pretty Florals. Sweet Blooms and Pretty Florals bundles. 10 designs, 1 of each. I'm charging $30 for just the paper only. You provide your own designer paper, embellishments, and ribbon. Okay. Callie, which set? And Linda, I'm assuming y'all want Cheers and Sips. Callie and Linda, please clarify which class. Cheers and Sips or Inspiring Imperfections. Callie and Linda Mansky. I'm writing down Cheers and Sips, and if that is correct, that one will be sold out, but let me know. Sue wants Kintsugi. Sue Crowley. I have lots of Sues. And I have 3 of that one available. Okay, so Callie and Linda. Callie, I got you. Linda Mansky, just let me know. Okay, so this one, you get make 10 cards. I only have 5 of the designs here. You do have to own the bundles, and you'll do your own die cutting of the bundle suites for all of these. And then there's 5 more cards designed by Genevieve. I did not ever get those made. We live too far apart. She lives in Canada. And this packet, you'll get the packet to make my cards, this class, and the packet to make her cards. Okay, so that's it. That's not it. I mean, those are available. Provide your own designer paper. Don't forget that part. And embellishments and ribbon. Unless you want to pay the higher price, which is totally fine by me, because then that means I'll order those things for you. Hey, Carmen. Good morning. Linda wants inspiring imperfections. Okay. So Callie is cheers and sips. Linda is inspiring imperfections. Okay, perfect. So I have 1 cheers and sips left and one of each left. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, can I get florals and blooms as well? Of course, Sue. Plus florals and bloom. So on that one, Sue, I'll message you about it. If you're just getting the cards, you won't be part of the party, but you'll get the tutorials. And if you want to do the higher price, you can be part of the party that's this weekend. But either way is totally fine. Can't. Okay, thank y'all very much. If anyone changes their mind or you're watching this on replay, just message me. Okay, so there we go. We did some live selling there. Next up, Retreat in a Box. So I did a little video to promote this. Sunday is the deadline to register for Retreat in a Box. And we are using the Charming Day bundle as well as the stamp set. Do I have it written down? With You in Mind. Charming Day bundle and With You in Mind. You're going to make 10 projects. This is the Retreat in a Box, so you're going to make 10 projects, PDF tutorial, you're going to get a bag, you're going to get gifts, and you're going to be able to take your time and do this whenever you want, wherever you want, with friends, by yourself, at your leisure. So, for this one, I'm going to give you another sneak peek. My camera area is a hot mess. I don't know why my camera's like scooted over. Anyway, I'm going to point the camera down. I might try to adjust it, but again, I have to point it down a different way now. Settings, camera, and I have to look over here to do it because it's not just quick. Okay. Okay, so Retreat in a Box is Charming Day, 10 projects. So I made my 10th project. This one was not on the video. You're going to make a nice bag. You're going to make, I think, 6 cards. You're going to get a PDF tutorial. You do need to own the bundle, so you'll do your own die cutting of the bundle. But we'll cut circles and labels and any embossing folders. Anything not part of the bundle we'll do for you. Again, 10 projects, gifts, and a bag. PDF tutorial, of course. You're going to make these 2 scrapbook pages and this awesome sampler. So, that is the Retreat in a Box. You have to register by Sunday, and of course, I highly recommend it. I think I showed that, right? The stamp stack. I did show that. So, that is Retreat in a Box. Let me put these somewhere. And then I still haven't had time to design the optional classes that you can add on with the retreat, or my optional class, and April has not done hers. But I'm using Jar of Joy for Christmas cards, so this will be a Christmas cards class. We will be using this awesome bundle from the online exclusives, along with the jar punch. When you register, you can add on the bundles and stuff if you don't have them. But anyway, that's what I'll be using. It's 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. It includes over $35 in merchandise, and you can register through Sunday. And yes, you can only take my class, only take retreat, or only take April's class. And you can still do that, or you can mix and match them however you want. These are what April's class will use, the gorgeous gallery blooms and beautiful motifs, and of course the whole suite, designer paper and stuff. Stamp a stack, 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. So those you can register for. I'm going to switch the camera back up to me for a minute. Through Sunday. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. You can get the tutorials only also on that. And yeah, any questions, just let me know. Hey, Ann Margaret. Good morning. Cindy, good morning, by the way. Okay, I think I got everybody there. All right, what's next on my list? Oh, just a heads up. I will be doing again with my team and Genevieve Coe's team the VIP catalog kickoff party. So exciting. This is an online exclusive event for my customers and my team, and of course Genevieve Coe's customers and her team. And in this event, you will get to see lots of videos of, guess what? The holiday catalog and holiday online exclusives that are coming out in September. But we demos get to see it July 30th, next week. July 30th, we get to see the new catalog. We don't get to see the online exclusives until August 5th, I think. But anyway, we get to see it, and then we get to order from it August 5th. We're all, I think, starved. I don't know why we're so looking forward to the holidays. I'm filing my nails in case y'all are like, what is she doing? I forgot to do that earlier, and I have the worst nail file in here. It doesn't really work. But my nails do look bad today. Anyway, side note. So we get to see that catalog July 30th, and we get to order from it August 5th, as well as see and order all of the online exclusives that are coming out for you in September. We get to see it all and order it all by August 5th. My team is having a little Zoom gathering on July 31st with Genevieve Coe's team. She's in Canada, and we're going to chit chat about the new catalog, and then we're going to have an open crafting night after that on Zoom. So lots of perks and reasons to join Stampin' Up. Always. It's only $99 plus tax, free shipping. You pick 125 of anything you want from current merchandise that's available to customers, and pre-order from demonstrators. And so yeah, if you join now, you'll be able to see that stuff early. You can even do a video in my team, in that VIP group. All my entire team is invited to do videos. So, but long story short, on the VIP catalog kickoff party, which is September 2nd and 3rd, will be recorded. You'll have a couple of weeks to watch the videos. All you have to do to be eligible to attend that is be a team member, or have ordered from me, or been a club member currently in the last year. So that's it. So make sure you placed an order with me in the last year so that you can be invited to the VIP catalog kickoff party. We always get such great tips and ideas, and like, oh, I never would have thought of using that way, or I thought that was ugly and now it's cute, or whatever. So it's a really awesome, I'm doing these nails, y'all. It's a really awesome group, event to be a part of, and it's completely free. So there you go. All right. Just a heads up, my holiday extravaganza will be September 13th, using products from those 2 catalogs. So make sure you are just marking your calendars for that. It will be offered in person and to go. And of course, I'll have stamping demos and all this stuff. So September 13th, mark your calendars for that. Don't forget to join April McCright and I for the Simply Spoiled Crafting Cruise, January 25th, 2026, on Harmony of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. And you won't regret it. You're going to get lots of gifts, basically a gift a day, a t-shirt, meet lots of cool people, get to hang out together and craft together, eat together, all the stuff. Receive a bag, of course, and participate in an optional card swap, mix and mingle, food, snacks, half of a crop table just for yourself, in addition to our separate class tables. 4 full classes will be included in this event, and 2 stamping demonstrations at minimum. In addition, we do bingo. Like, we have so much stuff going on. So that is the crafting cruise. Register now. The last time, well, we just did a video with Cruise and Crop, which I posted in my Facebook page here. What am I trying to say? Sherry at Cruise and Crop said we have 4 balconies left at our group rate, which is currently cheaper than Royal Caribbean's rates. So make sure you click that link and get in with Cruise and Crop right away to join our cruise. Okay. That's the end of the events portion, and next up is just specials and whatever else is going on. So don't forget to make sure you are part of my email newsletter. You can join it right now. The links are in the video description, and you will get emailed out the recipe cards for the 3 cards I'm making on today's video. You'll get those emailed out to you automatically Friday, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central. So join my email list. That's what the recipe card looks like. It is the supplies and the measurements. And then if you're not part of Paper Pumpkin through me yet, you can join. And I have the links in the video to join. Paper Pumpkin is our monthly craft box in the mail that includes a stamp set and everything needed to complete your projects. So it makes a great gift as well as something for yourself, because it is all inclusive. That's why it makes a great gift. And if you're part of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers, you will receive, and my team gets these as well, alternative ideas emailed to you each month. So we email out these alternatives, I do, around, for the previous month, a little bit after the first of the month. Okay, they're due. Brady came over. My additional idea is due on the 1st, and then we have an awesome person in our group who puts them all together and makes it a thing that we can send out. This is what she does. This is Brady. She's being needy right now. So anyway, so Paper Pumpkin, monthly subscription. You can cancel anytime, don't worry. You also earn $2 in rewards for each Paper Pumpkin subscription, so that's awesome as well. Okay. Rewards, don't forget, every time you order $20 or more, you earn rewards. Oh, and by the way, did y'all hear we have free shipping? Free shipping? I didn't even put that on my list. How dumb. I didn't even put the graphic up here. So I'm just going to say it. Free shipping. Free shipping. This is the special. Brittany will promote free shipping. Say free shipping. So $75 or more orders get free shipping right now. I just maximized the heck out of that yesterday or last night for my team meeting, which is next Saturday. So I ordered all the prizes and stuff for the team meeting and a couple of bundles that I needed personally and just a bunch of other stuff. So anyway, $75 or more gets you free shipping today and tomorrow. It ends tomorrow, Friday, the 25th is the last day for that. And of course, I'm going to have a free class with order offer for you. I have it already, but I will show you the cards today. So don't forget about free shipping, and then you're going to earn your rewards on all orders placed of $20 or more. So anytime you go shop online, whether you're a demonstrator or a customer, I think we'll switch, and that order is $20 or more, you get 10% back. It goes into your account, and you can spend that whenever you want. Okay, I get nervous because when I click these things, they're not clicking right away. That seems to be the clue that we're about to have a problem. Tyra says you're so cute, FYI. What she heard now. Are you cute? Anyway, so yeah, free shipping, and then, all right, last but not least here before I do have a show and tell. I received a couple of cards in the mail, but it's almost time to stamp. So today's class is going to be a class that will be free with an online order of $35 or more. ending Sunday. So I started it yesterday, or the 22nd, and it ends on, I don't know why I started on the 22nd, but anyway, if you ordered on the 22nd, you get a free class. It ends on Sunday. $35 or more is going to get you this class packet mailed to you to make these 4 cards that I'm about to make on this video. I'm going to make 3 and show you the 4th one for free. You'll make 1 of each, and you will supply your own gems. I will cut little pieces of ribbon for you and supply the designer paper. Now, if you prefer, you could buy the class, and in that case, you get more for your money. You get $26 in product. You'll make 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. And that has a registration link. It's in the video right now, and you need to register by Sunday. You will need your bundle for either one, and both kits will be ready or mailed by August 6th. Of course, they will include a PDF tutorial, or you can purchase the tutorial only with that same link. The link is in the video right now, up here on Facebook, down here on YouTube, and the link to order is in those places as well. Okay, Brittany's got to get down, and she's not going to want to. She's super relaxed, super like, I don't know what, she thinks I'm a couch or something. You got to go. And I have a feeling she will jump back up here. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to switch the camera down, and it'll take me a second here. Settings, camera. No, Brittany. I always forget what this one's called. It shows me like 5 camera choices, even though I only have 2 or 3 cameras, I guess, technically. But anyway, whatever. Yep. Get down. Get down. Get down. Move. Move. She was like, I'm not going to get down. Oh, I don't like y'all to see all my notes. It shows you how I can't remember anything. No. But I'm going to put them right here in case I forgot something. Okay. Oh, let me remove this little thing real quick. And hey, Carolyn. Yes, I'm so glad you got to catch a live. Woohoo. These video, I'm clicking, it says video overlay. Anyway, I'm clicking the button to put the thing on the screen, and it's not coming up good, which makes me scared that the video is going to crash. Or what it is it's not the video crashing or the internet or anything. It is the StreamYard Studio. I'm going to write a note down. Overlays. I'm going to tell them this is happening because just in case they need to know. I'm going to tell StreamYard. Okay. But now we got it on there. This Cheers and Sips class, you can buy it, or it's free with an order, whatever that says. All right, so let me get some lotion. I tried to fix my fingernails, but whatever. I've got some show and tell here. I had these cards over here to show, just to show about my card class. But these are the ones from last month for card class, FYI. And we'll do different cards next month. Okay, so this card here is from Chad Williams. He is an employee at Stampin' Up, and he is where I live, our region, or whatever they call it, part of the country's DDM, Demonstrator Development Manager. Basically, he just helps demonstrators. He does all kinds of stuff for us. And he cheerleads us as well. So this card is for earning the trip to Alaska, which I earned. I have it written down here. I earned that in February, but Chad is just like me with, you know, remember, whatever, being behind. So, gorgeous card. Thank you very much, Chad. Thank you, thank you. And then these 2 cards are from Linda. Linda, thank you very much. So she sent this card, a really cool fun fold. Let me do it right. So folds and opens like that. Super pretty. And then she slipped in her little thank you note. And of course slipped in a little money. And then this one is also from Linda. So thank you very much, Linda. Really awesome. Awesome DSP technique there on that one. Okay, so thank you very much, Linda and Chad. Okay, on today's cards, we are using, hey Corinne, good morning. Thank you for sharing the video. Please feel free, y'all, as you come on, say hi, make a comment, share, all the stuff. That will be very awesome for me. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I guess, is this ribbon an online exclusive? Let me look real quick. I was going to say, I guess this ribbon's an online exclusive. I'm getting confused on my placement there. Anyway, I want to push this camera back a little. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. It's like too close to me, believe it or not. Okay, so this is the Cheers and Sweets bundle and the Celebratory Sips Suite. Good morning, Carrie. Let me go on Stampin' Up real quick. I'm going to look real quick on menu, shop products, online exclusives for this ribbon. Gold. This Celebratory Sips is confusing to me. Yes, this is an online, I think. Because I think this paper is in the catalog, but then the rest of the stuff is only online. I don't know. It's confusing. But anyway, I figured it out for this right now. Yes. All of these products are found in the online store only, except I believe the designer paper is also in the catalog. It's a little confusing there, but anyway, whatever. It is what it is there. So we've got the bundle, Celebratory Sips. It is drinks, like glasses, a tall, like glass, I was going to say water glass, I don't know, like a tall glass, and then a shorter one that's more curved, like a stemless wine glass shape. The other one's just a straight shape, taller and a little bit skinnier. Then lots of garnishes for your drinks. So there's like a citrus slice, a strawberry, a blackberry or whatever, raspberry, blackberry, an olive, leaves that probably are like mint, leaves that are like the top of celery leaves. I don't know what these two are, but some kind of herb or edible type plant. And then there's a stick, like the little stick with the curve on the top that you stick, a pick, I guess, that you stick through the fruit. Oh, there's a cherry as well. There's 2 cubes of ice. These are all outline images, so they can be colored in. There is an umbrella. There is a line, which actually is just a straight line. It's actually to be stamped in the glass, in either glass, to make like the top of your drink line. But you can also use it to underline the words, or even as an umbrella stick if you want, instead of using this one. And then we have the words. So we have a cursive cheers, and then much smaller, all uppercase handwriting, to you, exclamation mark, to us, exclamation mark, it's your day, exclamation mark, and let's celebrate, exclamation mark. This is photopolymer. All of my stamps are, almost all the stamps are gone out of mine. And I believe they're the same size on the front of the case here. So that's Cheers and Sips bundle. In the dies, it's pretty much just, yeah, the dies that cut out the stamped images. That's what it is. There's 15 of them. And then there's this one extra image here, or piece die here, I should say, that die cuts out, like cut it impresses cut glass into your image. So it does make cuts, but it's not cutting it out, so to say. And it makes just a real intricate cut glass image, which I will use today, so you'll see that. Okay, that's the bundle. Part of this suite is the gold striped mesh ribbon. It is real thin. It is sheer. It is very shiny gold, so it's gold and then sheer and the little thin pinstripes, like 3 pinstripes in the middle of gold and then thicker gold edges. And it is a 3/8 inch wide ribbon. Then we've got the holographic resin dots, which are really pretty. They go with a lot of different products that we currently carry. So they call them holographic. They're they have a green tint to them in real life, and you get large, medium, and small. You get a ton of these. Again, they're called holographic resin dots, and they're, again, in the online store. These are temporarily not available, but part of the suite is this set of 2 embossing folders, those ones that are 3 and 1/4 inches wide, and they are called Glass and Gardens. So there's 2 of them. This one makes the cut glass. This one is just outline, a strip about 2 inches wide going down the middle, and these are like around 6 inches long. So a 6-inch long by 2-inch strip of drawn, like if you drew the outline of flowers and leaves going all down there. So really nice embossing folders. That's why they're not orderable temporarily. They're coming back in August. Hey, Elaine, good morning. Tommy, good morning. Cindy, good morning. Thanks for sharing. No problem. Lori, back. Got a phone call. We'll watch the beginning later. No problem. Carrie, good morning. As y'all come on, please feel free to click the thumbs up or heart or any of that, as well as say hi like you guys did. That will help me in my business. I'm trying to remember where I put Stampin' Up here. Okay, inventory. August 11th is the approximate date on these. August 11th. Okay, so next is the designer paper. It is 12 by 12. I happen to have this 6 by 6 sampling of 6 by 12 inch, I should say, sampling of it. So I thought that would be great for the video. My actual pack has been extremely well used, so you can't really tell here, but they're all cut up and stuff. Anyway, so we have this pattern here, which has just drink glasses all over it. They are the same size as the dies, but some of them have garnishes coming out the top, so they don't necessarily fit. Or if you die cut it out, you'll cut that off, basically. So you would hand cut those. Others do not have any garnish, and you can die cut them out. So there's all kinds of other drinks filling the whole page here. And just a white background now. There, the drinks have different colors in them, from green, purple, red, even, well, I guess that's orange, but so like, to me that looks like tea or a peach drink. Pink, purple, yellow, orange, red. I guess this one's like a Bloody Mary. It's got the olive and the celery leaves sticking out. Anyway, so there's that. The back side of that one is a Blackberry Bliss, solid dark background with lighter Blackberry Bliss, small solid, like computer generated 4 petal flowers all over. They're almost like squared off petals. Super pretty. Okay, then we have this one. So on one side we have small, very small versions of drinks and bottles. I guess I should say how big these drinks are for. So this was pointed out to me recently that some of my customers don't know that I have customers who are truly blind, visually impaired. So when I say, like, I'm saying stuff for my blind customers, I don't mean that as a joke. I truly have blind customers. And so I try to give as much detail as I can. And that's why I'm saying the size of these drinks. So the tall, skinny one is a little over 2 1/4 inches tall and 1 inch wide. And the short one that's like a wine glass is 1 3/4 tall by 1 1/4 wide. Now, these ones are way tinier. Like we're talking ½ inch, less than a ½ inch by 1 inch tall, for example, drinks. Okay, so we have the small scale drinks here. But on this sheet, it's again a white background. It has all kinds of stuff that's not part of the stamp set. We have the drinks shaped like the stamp set. Then we have bottles of drink. They could be alcoholic or not, you know, but anyway, they're bottles with labels on them that you can't read, just like little scribbles. All the colors, the purples, the blues, the pinks, yellow, orange, red, etc. What else? Cool, like a old-fashioned Kool-Aid pitcher with red drink inside, but then lots of fruit pieces inside there. There's loose little strawberries and limes and lemons and stuff floating around. So you get the idea. You can hand cut out most of these. Some are, the way they're attached to other things, it might not work, or it just makes a cute background. And then the back is strawberry slush, really light strawberry slush with darker strawberry slush dots all over. They are like hand dotted dots, like if you took a Sharpie and just started making dots, and some are bigger, some are smaller. I'll tell you the real colors: Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Bubble Bath, Cloud Cover, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger. So lots of nice, bright, fun. I think this is such a great summery collection. This piece here is really nice. It's, again, a white background, solid white, and then just small painted flowers all over it in purple, orange, yellow, pink, and then green leaves. So they're kind of watercolor painted. They're just like, what, 5 petals, and they just really fill it up. You can't really cut those out. And then the back is Timid Tiger with a lighter Timid Tiger diagonal painted stripes. So they're real skinny, but they're not super solid or perfectly straight. Okay, this one is the garnishes. So it's a white background with very much painted garnishes. So like watercolor paint style. So we've got like the things I named earlier, as well as orange colored orange rind, like in a squiggly pattern. So the big round ones are not colored like an orange, like I keep coloring them on the citrus. They're yellow like a lemon. Then we have half slices of green ones for limes, and then some blackberries, strawberries, cherries, whatever these. Does anybody know what this garnish is? It's green stem and then like 4 purple flower looking things on top. I wish they would have added a die for the orange peel garnish. I know, right, Corinne? That would have been awesome. Because I have thought about hand cutting it out, and I haven't yet. Because I'm like, I could, but So I think I said all the fruits, and there's some little very light bubble bath dots in between. It's a great background, or like Corinne just said, you can hand cut these out. Okay, the back is a really nice, it's like a dark Secret Sea base with darker like lines of dots. It's kind of hard to describe, but smaller, like small, medium, and large dots, like messy dots all the way across, almost hand drawn, and they're darker. Okay, this piece here, on one side we have like cloud cover, really light, slightly distressed cloud cover background with these almost like stars or sparkles all over in an even pattern. So technically there's like a row and then a row and then a row, but they interlock, of these like sparkle type stars, like a 50s sparkle thing in darker cloud cover. So that's all blue. And then this other side is a great one. Again, this is only half of the sheet, but it is kind of like purple, kind of on one side, I think. It's pretty much kind of where it's purple and then reddish orange down the middle, and then the left has some yellow. And these are rectangles that are watercolor. Like if you took if you're a nice watercolor person, which I am watercoloring today on our video, by the way, and you painted rectangles and well, smaller rectangles and larger rectangles all over. Okay, and then there's just white in between. So it's covered in rectangles. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across. So 5 down, 7 across. Rectangles. Watercolored, so there's darks and lights. Some have orange and red. Some are only purples. Some are only red. Some are only yellow, etc. Okay, now you'll see what these are for when I make my cards. Last but not least, another gorgeous one. Like, this paper is so versatile to me. Celery, mint, rosemary, lavender. Of course, Corinne, duh. Celery, mint, rosemary, lavender. I gotta write it down, girl. So this would be rosemary, mint, lavender. I don't know if this sheet has the celery on it, but we already talked about that. Thank you. I need to write it down for real. You might think I'm joking, but I'll forget. Celery, mint, rosemary, lavender. Celery. I really appreciate that, Corinne. Perfect. Then also when I'm typing my instructions, that helps because I haven't typed those yet. Okay, so this one is a white background with purple bubble bath flowers of a couple of different kinds, just like it's a random background, but they are all growing upward. And then the green leaves and greenery. It's very solid, watercolory. I'm trying to remember what green it is. Lemon lime twist and old olive. And you definitely have that brighter lemon lime in this. Some of these leaves, and some are more old olive. And then the back is just an old olive background, kind of with, not kind of, it has lines going across, but the lines are made out of lines. So going across horizontally are little vertical lines, probably 1/4 or 1/8 inch tall, repeated. Very light white or light green. Okay, so that is the paper. It's gorgeous. All right, let's go. Like I said, just FYI, I'm going to use fluid 100 watercolor paper on a lot of these cards. Not, oh yes, even the first one. Okay, so there we go. Card number one. Card number one. As a reminder, this is a class that you can earn from me or buy from me, whatever you want. It ends on Sunday either way. So here's the info on this pink thing. Read the description of the video right now for the details, including the link to order or the link to purchase the class. It's free with a $35 or more online order, and it is a class that you can purchase as well. So any questions, let me know. There's a stamp. Yes, exactly, Corinne. There's a stamp for the celery, and I think it's pictured on some of the other DSPs, but patterns. But anyway, yeah, that's the celery one. Mint, rosemary, and lavender. Okay, so this first card has a strawberry slush card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, so you just take your 8.5 by 11 paper and cut it in half. I'm going to fold it in half right now with my bone folder, so I'm resting the two pieces of paper, two ends, against my thumbnail to get it even, and I matched up the corners, and now I'm going to do all of my creasing with my bone folder. That will give you less wrinkles on the inside. You can also score it with a paper trimmer if you want even less wrinkles on the inside. And then this card will be portrait up and down, and I'm going to set it aside. Here's my found magnet. Woohoo! So I can hold my stuff down. Found it after months of being lost. Okay, by the way, just to make sure everybody knows, you take your 8.5 by 11 paper and cut it in half, and that's how you get this size card. You can cut it either direction. When you fold it, it will be that size, which will fit into the invitation size envelopes by Stampin', well, invitation size envelopes by anybody. These are the ones by Stampin' Up. We have these awesome, high quality, nice bevel, or whatever that's called, rounded shape, can't think of the word, corners, and it's just a really nice material that they're made out of. That's the white ones, and then there's my favorite ones, the clear ones, which have lots of uses, including mailing. Okay, in your class packet, the next layer will be basic white cardstock embossed with the Glass and Gardens embossing folder. We will emboss that for you. And as you can see, this folder is only, what I said, like 3 1/4 inches wide, so it doesn't go all the way to the edge, and that's fine. For this one, we're actually going to cover that part up, but either way. So you have that glass pattern, and then it kind of like fades out, as you can see in the like ends. So there's like these straight pieces on the edge there. Okay, so that's the next layer, basic white. All the measurements will be on the recipe cards that get emailed out tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central. So measurements there. Okay, here is a strip of the designer paper, which I will provide for you if you make the purchase and get the class free. If you buy the class packet, you'll get I think half a pack of this designer paper, so you'll cut it yourself. This is the pattern that has the white background with the small scale drinks and bottles and Kool-Aid, you know, pictures all over it. And this is just a strip that's going to go on the right hand side of our card, and like I said, I've got those measurements in that recipe card for you tomorrow. And then right here is the is a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 strip of strawberry slush cardstock to go between there. Okay, then we will pre-die cut for you these two pieces. It's like I lost it. They are basic white. One is the largest circle from Stylish Shapes, and one is the smallest label. It does have a little bit of a bevel on it there, and that one is from Perfectly Pairs. So when I was starting to make these cards for this video, I was like, I know I've been working with a set recently that had a small label in it, and I was thinking it was like, I don't know what I was thinking, but not this. And so I couldn't find it, and I was like, well, whatever, I don't need it anyway. And then somehow this was in my way, and I picked it up to move it. I was like, oh, there they are. Perfectly Pairs has these small labels. So this is the smallest one. It's like 7/8 of an inch long, and of course about a 1/4 inch tall. So it's really nice for this particular stamp set. This one is bigger. It's actually bigger than any of the greetings in this stamp set, like longer, but you could make it work if you trim it down. So, okay. And then here's, of course, Stylish Shapes, where I got that circle from. Okay. Also, from your designer paper, we'll either provide you with just little, I forgot to say this piece, hold on. I forgot to say this piece of white. There's a small piece of white that's an exact size for the word cheers. It's just a cut piece. Okay, these two pieces of designer paper, again, provided for you in the 4-card class, or if you buy the class, you'll just select the ones you want from your piece of designer paper. But I picked a red one and a purple one of those rectangles where Stampin' Up has just painted a rectangle, a nice, really nice watercolor image. This piece here I will stamp for you right now, but it is heat embossed. It is the rosemary. Thank you for giving me those words. The rosemary image. So you are going to receive watercolor paper in your class packet. I'm not sure how I'm going to cut it yet. Whether I'm going to give you a big piece, and this is for both classes, or if I'm going to give you one for each card. But either way, you'll be provided fluid 100 watercolor paper, and we're going to heat emboss. Every image on the watercolor paper will be heat embossed. So this is my embossing buddy. It puts a powder on the paper, which helps reduce the static. You're still going to have static, or I don't know what it is, but the embossing powder likes to stick to watercolor paper. So a little bit will still stick, but anyway. We're going to heat emboss on there with this Basics Wow embossing powders. We're going to use black. And I've got mine here. So always try to protect my surface when I'm heat embossing with scratch paper or something, because no matter how careful you are, this powder goes everywhere. I also keep my powder in this really old Stampin' Up container, but you could store yours in any kind of container you have. You don't have to even store it. You can just keep it in the bottle, but this makes it easy for me to use it each time I want to use it. And you can, what am I trying to say? If you have it in a container, no, I lost it. I don't know what I was going to say. Maybe it'll come back to me in a second. Okay, so we're going to do heat embossing. First mark ink. First mark, I guess I should show you the top. I do store mine upside down, so it's always upside down. First mark ink for your heat embossing. Make sure you have a nice juicy pad. We, of course, Stampin' Up sells the ink refill, so that's nice. And then I'm going to stamp that rosemary image. And I think this is the only one I'm going to stamp for y'all. I could have made a mistake, but I think I have pre-done everything else. Okay, so now on this watercolor paper, it's almost impossible to see it. So if you're stamping multiple images, you have to, you might be better than me. I had to literally put my finger where, and don't move it, where to stamp my next one. And you can stamp as many as you want and put the powder on them and emboss them all at one time. Just overlapping them is difficult, or like easy to do, I guess, actually. And so long story short, pay attention if you get a big piece. Or you can emboss one, and then I would redo the dryer sheet, or the embossing buddy, which is from our Embossing Editions toolkit, by the way, and then do the next one, etc. I hope that makes sense. Just be aware you might overlap them. I threw a couple away. I should have saved them to show y'all what I did, and I thought I was so far away from the previously stamped image, but whatever, I wasn't. Got my heat tool. You do need a heat tool. A blow dryer will not get hot enough. And I will warn you, at least when I do this with Stampin' Up's embossing powder on watercolor paper, it heats, once the gun is hot, it heats very fast, and you can overheat it very, very quickly. So I'm going to put the readers on so I can see. I'm going to hold it where I can see, and as soon as it's turned shiny, move on to the next section and do not overheat. You have to put it on number 2 for it to heat emboss, which is high. You can do it down here on the glass mat. That's heat safe, but I need to pick it up where I can see better. I forgot my microphone was over here. And so it's not, the gun is not heated up yet. It just takes a second. The gun will burn you, so don't burn your hand. Okay, so that got shiny on that. This end got shiny. I don't think you can see it on the video, but anyway, so I'm moving on. And then it goes real fast. It goes real fast once it's heated up. And then just check it, reflected in light. If you see a dull, grainy kind of section, heat that. I actually did miss right here. But I'm just warning y'all, any longer than that and it will go flat. So I actually already overheated it right here. I doubt you can see it on the video. Well, you can, because see all that shine? There's no shine right here. And it's not a matter of me not heating it well, and I can tell here in person because there's no graininess, there's no salt and pepper look, and if I rub my hand across it, no powder would come off. But I overheated it. So I'm just warning y'all. See, nothing comes off. Don't overheat. Maybe heat it from the bottom probably would help, honestly. I never do that, but that probably would help. See how we going on the comments? All right, no comments or questions, so that's good, I guess. But feel free to keep commenting. Okay, so I'm going to die cut this out. and then color it in. This one's not the most exciting coloring, but we'll get better on the next cards, don't worry. Oh, and I have to die cut these out as well. So what these are for here is for me to stamp my glasses on. So I'm going to use Memento Black ink, and I'll use the one that I made, but the one you can purchase from Stampin' Up is fine as well. It is a firm pad, so you can press hard on it. I put our ink in a foam pad. So, and I did this back in March 2024. I did it in foam. What am I trying to say? So you need to press gentle. Okay. By the way, side tip on these kind of stamps that are outlines like this that can get misshapen really easily. You want to lay them out, like let them very naturally fall onto scratch paper so that they don't get misshaped, and then pick them up with the clear block. And the reason I didn't do that on the glass is because it'll stick to it, and that can misshape it, because if you try to adjust it, it's going to stick. So that's how you keep the shape so that it die cuts properly. Okay, so tap, tap, tap because of this kind of pad. And you can stamp it, I mean, you don't have a ton of space because there's another watercolor image above, but you can stamp it where there's a little bit of white at the top for, like where the drink doesn't go all the way to the top, or you can stamp the whole thing in there. I'm going to do some white at the top. And obviously the smaller rectangle fits the smaller glass really nice, and the larger rectangle fits the larger glass really nice. And I'm doing purposely smaller in purple and larger in red. I don't know that I will need to stamp these again since I pre-stamped some other stuff, but just in case I'm going to clean these off, because I did heat emboss these on some of the other images. Or cards, I should say. It's my little chamois from my Glass Mat Studio. FYI. Terry, good morning. No problem. Good to see you. Okay, so now we can die cut out. Let's see which one looks better. I'm going to use this texture stamp because I love it. You can do both at the same time, and you can tape them together if you want. I wouldn't do them at the same time on the watercoloring because we're going to watercolor after we die cut those out. I'm looking for this one. I hope that makes sense. But on this one, since it's just printed, I can do both at the same time. Let me grab my some tape. So, oh, you can't even see. I can't see. I'll switch these. I'll get a piece of washi tape here. And this is just how I'm going to do it for now. I'm going to align the outline with the black stamped image. And then center this guy and then tape them together. So this one doesn't move. I got a pretty even border all the way around there, but the main thing is don't overlap those two dies. I like to run everything through long and skinny if at all possible, so I would not turn that sideways unless I had such a puzzle on here that I had to. Same for this one, long and skinny, less chance of it getting bumped and shifted, and it cuts better. And then same for this one. And on this one, there is an alignment hole, so that little hole in the where the stem is so you can align the stamped image underneath. This is our die cut machine. It's amazing. It will die cut and emboss everything Stampin' Up! Sells. You do not have to purchase another product to be able to use it for that. Or, yeah. I hope that makes sense. You don't have to buy anything else to use anything that you purchased from Stampin' Up! Okay, so there's that. And look at the texture in this glass. Isn't that awesome? And then you get the watercolor, like it's so nice. Okay. So I do think for me, I guess for my taste, I like the look of watercoloring the stamped images with this set better than what do they call those? The Stampin' Blends, the alcohol markers. Probably because of how they painted the designer paper, you know. But anyway, but because I've designed a couple of classes now with this bundle and used the watercoloring, I'm like, I forgot how much I really like watercoloring, even though I'm not an artist. I'm not a professional watercolor person. I'll grab my paper towel. But it is, even if you're not artistic, I think it's a very easy technique to do. And I'm loving going back to my regular aqua painter, which I like better than the other one. So we don't sell these anymore, but you can get it in my Amazon store. And it's, I forgot what they call it there, but I call it the Aqua Painter. And it looks like this, and you unscrew this, and you put water inside, and so you got some water, and then you got the brush, and then you squeeze, and the water flows through. And you want to make sure it's clean of whatever the last color ink you used was. And then you take your ink pads, this is how I do it, and you press on the bottom, which is almost impossible for me to do, so I use my elbow, and I get a lot of power that way. And then you have ink in the lid here, and then you can just pick up paint, but that's going to be real dark, so I always squeeze some water in there and dilute it some, and then you just paint. And so this one's super simple because this is very thick embossing lines. But this is watercolor paper, so it will allow you, we only need one of these, I'm just going to paint both. It will allow you, this is Old Olive ink, by the way, to go back, and because it's watercolor paper, it'll hold a lot of water, so you can go back and add layers and shadowing and light and dark and all the stuff. Again, when you're finished with one color, make sure you completely clean it off of the brush before you move on to the next color. But what I love about this brush is it cleans off real easy. Real easy. I'm squeezing and wiping here until I don't see the color anymore. With the bigger images, if you want to heat set that on number 1, which is low, you can. And I may do that later. Okay, so that's how we're going to color that. And then I think we're ready. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to stamp the words. So I am using strawberry slush for the word cheers, and then black for to you. So I'm going to stamp cheers on this larger piece of white here. The measurements on the blog, 11 a.m. Central tomorrow. I mean, that's my old. I got the measurements on the email at 9 a.m. Central tomorrow. What did I say, to you? Yes. Okay, so cheers. Cursive, it's real cute, capital C. And then to you in black. So cheers is strawberry slush. To you is black on that little label from the Perfectly Pairs dies. I did press too hard on that you got to press very light on these kind of stamps that are super fine and small. The lighter you stamp, the better it's going to look. See how the one on bottom is the correct one. It's just the line art, and this one's all thick. But it's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to clean off Cheers. I think I might be stamping it in another color on another card. Put these over here. And now we're ready to put this card together. Okay, so I will be using that gold ribbon and my holographic resin dots as well. For my adhesive. Cat is being super active on the other side of me. Hey Seal, good morning to you. Good morning. Actually, I'm going to attach the designer paper to the basic white that's been embossed, and I'm attaching it all the way over to the right, so fully covering up the white on that right side, and that's the side that's not embossed from the folder. And then the strawberry slush 1/2 inch strip will just go between the two down, so that. Then this can go on my card base. And just in case anyone missed it, all these measurements will be emailed out tomorrow at 9 a.m. So you can join my email list right now in the video description. Okay, so that white piece with all those attached to it goes on the card front. And then my circle, this basic white stitched circle from Stylish Shapes, or pierced circle, I should say, is going to go on the card front with Stampin' Dimensionals. I think you only need 4, but we can argue about it if you want. And I'm going to put it not quite centered, more down toward the bottom, but at least 1 inch from the bottom, and a little bit more toward the right than the left. Then my tall glass will be flat over here toward the left. It can hang off the circle a little bit there. And then the shorter glass will be on dimensionals. By the way, I use mini Stampin' Dimensionals just because they're my favorite, but the large ones will work as well. And if needed, you don't need right now, but if needed, you can trim the large ones down if you need smaller ones. But I just always use the small ones because they fit both cases, smaller and larger. Okay, this glass, I'm going to put it toward the right, overlapping the tall glass, and just a tiny bit lower than the tall one on dimensionals. Then I will add the rosemary sprig flat on the left side here. I feel like this glass, hold on, I don't like where this glass is. I'm going to move all these. Just going to go up a little bit with this whole thing. I'm looking at my other card. Okay, so the tall glass is going to be more not hanging off the bottom and a little bit more toward the center, and yes, hanging off the top. Okay, so this little sprig is going to, it kind of curves to its left, curves to the right, like a C. So it's kind of going to follow the line of the curve there on the circle on the left. Next is the word cheers. It will go, where will it go? It's going to go right here, so toward the left, like that. I'm going to place adhesive on the right hand side because it will be sitting on this raised up glass, and one dimensional on the left side. And so bottom of the glasses toward the left, not quite to the bottom of the first glass, the tall one. And then to you is going to go right below cheers. So I'm going to put a dimensional on the bottom. Well, it's very small. So a dimensional on the left side. Not really the bottom, just on the left. And adhesive on the right. And place to you so that it's right below the word cheers, overlapping that white a little bit on this glass, just like that. Cheers to you. Now we want a bow. So I've got my gold mesh ribbon. Tie a bow, bunny ears, leave it attached to the roll if you can. 2 ears, lots of space in between, tail attached here. The ribbon is flat, flat, flat. It is not twisted and turned anywhere. And I have lots of space between the 2 ears, so I can take the right ear and cross it over the left one. I'm right-handed, and bringing that right one toward the front. And then push that right ear down into the rabbit hole, and then pull, and obviously now form your bow. You can do a regular bow, of course, however you know how to tie a bow, but that's how I do a bunny ears bow, taught to me by a customer years ago. Now I'm just trimming the tails. And this bow gets to be attached down here on the bottom right of, basically at the corner of 2U. There's a mini glue dot there. And then Holographic Resin Dots. I'm going to use a small, medium, and large, so I'll grab a large one first, go up here top left in that white section, then a medium there in that top left, and then a small down here in the white section above the 2 glasses. And that is card number 1. Card number 1. Thanks, Corinne. Hey, Julie, thanks for sharing. Oh, I colored that drink on the first one a lot more. Hey, Julie, thanks. Good morning, sorry. And she says she's done mowing for now. Woohoo! Okay, so this is card number 1. You can see the different section of designer paper I got for each drink. So this one's a little darker. This one has more, like, whatever, imperfections in the coloring. And as a reminder, these are classes you can get from me right now. Okay, let's move on. Card number 2. Card number 2. Alright, so we're going to get into, which one am I making next? I guess this one. I couldn't decide what order to make these in. I kept switching it in my head, so whatever. I'm just going to do this one next because it's laying here. Okay, so on card number 2, you are going to receive this card base. It will be cut for you, whichever packet you get. It's, I think, 5.5, yeah, 5.5 by 5.5, and then it's scored at 4 1/4. And then we fold it there, so it is the same size card base. It just has a shorter front, and basically it is a card, fold it in half, and cut 3 inches off of the front. Okay. We're actually, the 4th card that I'm showing you that I'm not making today is made just like this. The same kind of base. Okay, and this is some cards I personally showed how to make this kind a long time ago on videos. Anyways, I guess a sketch you could call it. I'm gonna move my pre-colored one out. Okay, so there's that. Then I have a piece of white to go on the inside. Then the next layer on the front is this designer paper 4 by 5 1/4. and I'll show you how we attach it, but it will end up being attached like that, so it looks like we have a Blackberry Bliss border behind it. And then we have a 1-inch strip of designer paper here. So this is the white one on the inside. The big one is the white one with the purple bubble bath and green leaves, flowers and leaves. The back side of that is the old olive with the little lines made out of lines, and we're going to have a 1-inch strip of that green one over here on this left side. Okay, so that's going to be the front of this card, basically. Then we have these two labels, a basic white one and a Blackberry Bliss one. They will layer obviously on top of each other, and you might be asking, where are these labels from? They look amazing. Well, I can tell you, they are from the Fright Nights dies that are in our online store right now in our Halloween section, obviously by the name. There is a bundle, but these dies can fully stand alone. You've got 3 separate spider web images that you can put together to make one, like a corner spider web. Very detailed. You've got the word eek and the word boo. You've got those 2 labels I just showed you, which are really large. The tallest one is 4 1/4 inches tall by, it's about 2 3/8 inches wide. I'm using it up and down. This card is going to be portrait, so I'm using it the tall direction on this card, but of course you can go the other way. There's a little die here to cut a hole to make those labels into a tag. There's a banner, a spider. These are awesome. So, Fright Night dies. Get the bundle or get the dies only. They will stand alone. And if anyone wants to see, thank you, Dana. Thank you, Carla. Your favorite DSP right now? Yes. Tyra, thank you so much. Lori, thank you. Corinne, thank you. Okay, I don't know if I was going to say anything else about those labels, but there we go. Okay, for our greeting, you will have, it might not be quite this long, but you'll have a strip, a 1/4-inch strip of basic white cardstock, 1/4, for your greeting. And so it might, I don't know what I was going to say, but you may need to trim it down. Yeah, it might be a little longer than you need. That way if you mess up, you can try again. Although it's very easy. So let me go ahead and stamp it. I'm going to stamp Let's Celebrate. And because it's photopolymer, even though this is skinny, you'll be able to see. And remember not to press very hard, or unless you want it all chunky like my last one. Let's celebrate. Exclamation mark. All caps, but it's like handwritten. Very nice. And then I would actually go trim this on my paper cutter in real life, but I'm going to use scissors right now because save y'all some time. Okay, and then on your watercolor paper, you're going to heat emboss all of these images here. So you need the tall glass, the short glass, the mint, the strawberry, and the blackberry, and this one's already painted in. I would recommend heat emboss, cut apart, die cut out, then color. I will show you close up. I've got some black specks in there from my heat embossing, especially on these 2 images. Again, for me, that just does happen a lot of times with watercolor paper. It just seems to really hold on to that. And I was embossing, like I had a bigger piece of watercolor paper, and I would do, what do you call it? Embossing buddy a section, emboss a couple of images, and then do the next section and emboss a couple of images. So I was getting a little splatter, so to say. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know that does happen to me, and like it's fine. Okay, now we're going to do some nice watercoloring. Oh, right there. Okay, so I think these are the colors I used on this one. If I need another one, I've got a million pads right here. Old Olive, Bubble Bath, and Blackberry Bliss, which of course, those are the colors in the paper, so perfect. Remember, I use my elbow to press if I need more ink. You might be strong enough. I am not. But nice ink. Oh, and you can also use your re-inker. You can also use your glass mat. You can drop drops of re-inker directly on the glass mat, or wipe or tap your ink pad directly on your glass mat to mix your inks there. You can use the back of a clear stamping block or any non-porous surface you have. You can use mine's buried, but you can't see it, but it's right there. The white silicone mat that comes with the this thing, not a die cut. The Glass Mat Studio. There's a silicone thing for mixing inks, so there's a lot of options. I'm going to grab another paper towel. I think I have put this one, I've used this one a lot. And I think you can still use it, but the problem is I won't be able to see if it's clean, because, yeah. Okay, I've got my aqua painter. I love it. And what I'm going to do is something I always forget to do. I'm going to do this big glass first, is wet the paper first. So that is a technique you can do. Just lay down a layer of water. So I squeezed and wiped. And depending on the technique, which I'm no artist, you can get it a lot wetter or whatever. And then I'm going to get a pretty good amount of Blackberry Bliss. I'm doing the large glass here. And I'm going to start painting the left side and the bottom. But hopefully y'all can see how it's kind of just forgiving and just is what it is. You can keep layering colors, you can let it dry between and layer all the stuff. And then I'm going to clean this off on my scratch paper. I don't need to get more water, but I may need to. If so, I might try to pour it from a glass that's in here. Real sketchy. Okay, then I'm going to grab some bubble bath and do the right side and mix it into the left side as well. So just to kind of try, I'm just trying to copy Stampin' Up's art that looks really neat and has a couple of colors in it. Here's one I did where I tried to do the salt technique on it, and what that is while your paper is paint is still really wet, you put salt on it and let it dry, and it kind of messes with the ink, and it did okay, but then I researched it a little bit more and did it better here, and then I was too lazy to do another glass. So while it's nice and very wet, you can put any kind of salt on there. I used sea salt because that's what I found in the kitchen, but any kind of salt will work. And as it dries, it does that to the ink. So that's another cool look. You can even just drop a couple on there or whatever. So depending on all the stuff, how much you want to go back and layer and whatever, you can end up with different colors on your glasses. I'm going to go with this one for this card. But I could go back again just to make sure it's clear and layer more and more ink on here if I want. It won't break down the paper because it's watercolor paper. This other drink is going to be bubble bath. I forgot to wet the paper first. Wet it with that bubble bath. Bubble bath, so it's more like a rosé. It's some pink, fancy, girly drink. Again, what I love about watercoloring, I don't know if this is, again, I don't know if I said it, is how messy it can look. You can have white spots. I mean, there's like, of course, actual artistic whatever theory, all the stuff where you're supposed to leave white space and all the stuff. I don't know how to do any of that. Now, and also for this, I'm not being precise about where the drink ends because it's watercolored, so it might be a little splashy up there at the top. Oh, I did forget a color. Okay, so yeah, that's how I colored my glasses. Again, they're heat embossed. And then strawberry is going to be strawberry slush. What a perfect color for strawberries. Ro, you're late. You're late for a very important date. I know, right, Linda? I mean, I wish I was better at it, but I still love it. She says I love watercoloring. Okay, so strawberry. I do want this strawberry pretty dark, so I don't need to dilute it too much. Simple, simple. So quick and easy. And you've got all the matching colors right there. You've already got your ink pads. Even if you have like Stampin' Spots, again, just dab it off on the glass, or I'm going to do Old Olive here. I just did Blackberry Bliss on this one, obviously. Nice and saturated. I'm going to do the leaves on the strawberry and these mint leaves in Old Olive. And I forgot what I was saying before that, but there you go. So that is all my watercoloring. So yeah, I forgot how much I liked this technique. You do want your whatever color you're painting on not to bleed. So heat embossing is good. StazOn is waterproof, but it does not play well with photopolymer stamps. So if you use StazOn on your photopolymer stamps, clean it off immediately. But if you use it too much, I ruined a stamp one time by using StazOn too much. So just be aware. Okay. I've got my... Okay, so now I'm just going to put this card together. So the first thing I'll do is attach the... Where did I put my thing? Hey, Landa. Woohoo! Everybody say hi to Landa. She's over there on retirement time. Relax time. Okay, so I'm going to attach this 4 by 5 1/4 to the left inside flap. So the way I like to do this is add adhesive to the inside of this left flap, not all the way to the top, and not all the way to the right edge, because there will be a small amount, because we're going to center this here, there'll be 1/8 of an inch there that does not, you don't want adhesive on. The paper is slightly floating. So you can put, don't go all the way to the top or bottom. I could have gone a little further on these, but I didn't. And don't go all the way to the inside. Stampin' Seal is an amazing adhesive, by the way. It's very strong. Okay, so put your adhesive, then center this on this inside section, like if you were gluing it to the front of a card. So center it exactly where you want it. It'd be better to have a light background in this case, so you can see. And then close it down. And now you've got designer paper on the inside. When it's closed, you've got that border, and that's how the card opens. I have this piece of white to go on the inside. I'll give you the measurements in the email tomorrow. But it is a smaller piece of white. It's strategically this size because you can get 5 out of 1 piece of paper, and of course you want it a little smaller so it doesn't accidentally show. But you can get 5 out of 1 piece of paper on this one, and that is with the iPhone app called DYCUT. You put in the size of your starting paper and the size you're cutting, and it'll give you 4 different options of directions to cut your paper so you can get the most out of it. So that's how we know we can get 5 out of this one. I mean, some of you might be able to, a math genius, and you don't need that, but yeah, it's another story. Okay, now I'm going to put my designer paper on over here on the left. It's a 1-inch strip, and it happens to be the back side. I wouldn't always necessarily do that on purpose, but I did need this to be green to pull out the green and all that. Okay, let me attach this white label to this blackberry label. Hey G Ann in Oregon, good to see you. It looks like I got some ink on there, but luckily, this bottom left corner fully gets covered, so it's fine. These are the Fright Night bundles. I mean, dies. Right? Yeah, Fright Night dies. Okay, this label, I'm going to add Stampin' Dimensionals to the back. I'll just do 5. I'm putting my trash. And I'm basically going to center it top to bottom. And on my other one, I tried to place it so that this label is very fancy and ornate on the ends. And so you've got that like half circle, and then it comes out. And so that little section that comes out is halfway on and halfway off each side. Okay, so like that. Then, oh, I forgot. I gotta add that glass on here because it looks so good. So this is what I was saying. After you die cut and color this and let it dry, which I think mine's dry enough now, but you can heat it. It dries so fast on, like I'll do it real quick, on number 1, which is just for heat setting. I mean, yeah, for heat setting like a stamped image, not for heat embossing. It dries so fast. Like now it's fully dry. So I'm not going to bring the machine over here just to save time, but I'm going to go run this through the die cut machine just like that, right behind me. And then we'll have that cut glass on the glass. Isn't that so cute? Oh, and yeah, I forgot. I did it on this one too. I think it's dry enough, maybe. Feels a little damp. I get nervous. So I'm going to run this across this direction, so where it's just like the bottom of this glass will have the cut part on it. Okay, so cool. Okay, now again, the tall glass is going to be flat. I think I'm just centering it top to bottom, but placing it more toward the left side of this label. And then dimensionals on the shorter glass, which is pink. Bubble bath. Looking for dimensionals. Again with my minis. Math. Yes, Tyra. You do have to do math when we don't have to, but I would recommend a little math for stamping. I had to relearn fractions when I started stamping. Okay, so there's the glass toward the right side, overlapping the other glass and a little bit lower than the tall one. Then this mint, no idea if this drink would taste good, but this mint is going to get tucked behind the tall glass on the right hand corner. And then I'm going to place the blackberries on Stampin' Dimensional, one little mini, and put it on the glass but overlapping the mint so that it covers up the edge. And then the strawberry, actually, okay, so I'm not going to put the strawberry in Let's Celebrate yet. I'm going to tie a bow and put a bow on here first. Thank you, Dana. So I showed how to do a bunny ears bow on the first card if anyone needs to rewind. Did you know when you're watching a live on YouTube, sometimes you can on Facebook, but on YouTube, while you're watching live, you can pause and rewind. So that's cool. If you're getting interrupted or your boss wants you to do work or something silly like that, you can pause if you're on YouTube. Hey, Carol in Connecticut. Good morning. How is it? Ooh, I'm taking long today. No wonder I'm literally starving right now. And I'm kind of irritated because I have to eat salad for lunch because I've been eating bad lately. Okay, I'm going to mini glue dot. Don't touch the dot. Just do it like that. The bow is going to go down here on the corner of the two drinks, not touching the short one, touching this tall one. Then Let's Celebrate. I'm going to add adhesive and put it across. So I just put adhesive on the whole Let's Celebrate. And it's going to cross the center of the bow. It goes a little bit past the center of the bow on the left, and then it extends to the right on Let's Celebrate. And then I will add adhesive to the back top section of the strawberry, so flat, and it will go at the end of Let's Celebrate. But then if any part of it is hanging off sketchy, you can add dimensionals under there and secure it. Maybe I'll add one. So when I add them, I peel both sides off. And of course the minis are great because they're small. And I'm just going to tuck it under there. It'll be a little bit of trouble, but now I will add my dots, and this card will be done. So very hanging out on a summer afternoon on a patio, right? Or a vacation, of course. Vacation would be even better, but you know, we take what we can get. Dots. Holographic Resin Dots. I'm just going to use two small ones up here in the top left corner above the drink on the white part. And that is card number 2. Hey Cindy, thanks for sharing. There's the inside. Of course, you could stamp that if you wanted. All right, card number 2. Card 2. My original. Can y'all hear the cat snoring? Sounds like a wheezing sound, but she's standing up. She's asleep, standing up on the other side of this table. Okay, I'm going to make one more card. Hello. And then show you the other one. So this will be card number 3. Card number 3. Bone folder. So basic white card base. We're going to fold that in half. And this will be a landscape direction card. Landscape. And then the next layer is tempting, or what is it called? Tiger. Timid tiger. Tempting tiger. The heck? Oh, okay. Timid tiger goes on the card next, but I will die cut from it this Everyday Arches die, so we can use that. And then the next layer is, ooh, we got to put ribbon on here. I'm not even going to remove that because I'll forget. The next layer is this designer paper, the white background with the small painted flowers and leaves all over it in all the colors. And the back is that timid tiger with the diagonal stripes, but we're going to use the floral side. So that's our next layer. And then the next layer is this amazing embossing folder from the Glass and Gardens. It's that the floral one. So I cut the paper 2 1/4 inches wide, and then it's as long as the designer paper for the front of the card. And so it just has those awesome flowers going across. So that's how that embossing folder looks on Glass and Gardens. It definitely can be used with things other than this stamp set. Of course, I was going to show you the back, but I used a scrap that I had stamped some stuff on, so never mind. But it does look good on the back as well. It's the debossed, I guess, versus embossed. I don't know. So that's going to go across here, but I need to add ribbon before I put that on my card. I don't want to forget. Okay. Then, of course, we've got the Timid Tiger arch, and then next is the white arch. I've got the arch measurements in the email that's going out tomorrow. And then a rectangle here for our greeting, and this rectangle is from Textured Note Dies. Other than that long skinny one, it is the smallest rectangle in Textured Notes Dies. So it does have, this one has like almost like stitch marks along the edges, that rectangle. And then on your watercolor paper that I will provide in this class that you can get free with an order, or you can buy the class, I'll provide watercolor paper, and you're going to stamp and die cut out 2 oranges, 2 full ones, or citrus slices, mint, a strawberry, a cherry, and the small glass. Heat emboss with black, and then die cut those out. Okay, so let me stamp my greeting. I'm gonna grab black. Where did I put black? Where did I put black? What the heck? I know I had the other memento pad with it, right? Does anybody see it? No. What in the world? I'm thinking, y'all, where did I put this black ink? It's not in my stuff on the left. Oh, duh, never mind, sorry. Look closer. Okay. So first I'm going to stamp Cheers up here toward the top left-ish, but not all the way to the left of this rectangle. And then Let's Celebrate right below it in black. So these 2 words, and you can put anything on the below it, fit well on this particular label. And I'm stamping that in black. So that we're done with that. I'm not stamping on the arch. Those are just for layer or whatever. They're a base. Okay, now we're going to paint some more. Okay, so this is more of an orange card. So we've got Peach Pie and Timid Tiger. You could just use Timid Tiger. That would be fine. But I used both. And then Old Olive, of course, for our green, and Strawberry Slush for the cherry and the strawberry. Put my elbow on that one. Okay, so so what I did on these orange slices, I'm calling them, is I colored the center with Peach Pie, and then I went in with Timid Tiger and did the rind, or that, whatever it's called. And I did that on 2, and then I cut one of them in half with my paper cutter. I used the other half on the first card I made, so that's why there's only half here. But so you will need to stamp, well, if you're making the 4 cards, you'll need 3, I guess. 1, 2, 3. So you can have 2 full ones and 2 halves, and you'll need 2 if you're making the 1 card. But anyway. Okay, I will do the drink first. So I'm going to wet it first with water. The glass, whatever I'm doing. And then I'm going to do just like the first, that blackberry one. I'm going to go in with a darker color, which is Timid Tiger, on the left side. Why the left? I don't know. It just seems like that's how stuff looks. You see how you can just do stuff with the watercolor and it looks really cool? Like, then I'm going to clean this off. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just don't want it dark. And then go in with the Peach Pie, which is obviously a lighter color, and do the right side. This is like Peach Bellini, or some other drink that's peach. Doesn't have to be alcoholic, of course, but there we go. Again, you can do more. You can go in and or you can dry it and layer and do all the stuff. You can do the salt technique on it. Salt background, I think it's called. By the way, the reason I thought of the salt background is Stampin' Up showed us recently, I'm going to do the strawberry and strawberry slush. They showed us recently, I'm going to water this down a little so it's not as dark as the cherry. What did they show us? Oh, they showed us a sneak peek of some product from the holiday catalog, and it's, I think it's like, I don't think it's Northern Lights, Aurora, something Aurora. And long story short, they use the salt technique in some of the designer paper. The cherry I just did with strawberry slush, super concentrated. Like I didn't water it down, just so it would be a little bit darker of a red. And then of course I did Old Olive on the mint. There we go. That does look delicious, right, Jigan? One of my team members, Amy, did a stamping demonstration on our last team meeting with this bundle, and she used blends, but she colored the drink this color, and I was like, Amy, that makes me want to go get a drink right now. It looks so good, like delicious flavor wise. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna dry this one real quick in case, if y'all can see how wet it is. And obviously it will dry on its own, but you can dry it so fast with this number 1 on the heat tool. Oh, went the wrong way. You kind of have to use 2 hands to turn that thing off. See how dry it is now? Super fast. Okay, let's put this one together. So I gotta add this ribbon. So I'm going to attach the white embossed strip. I think I didn't realize I used this for the video, but it doesn't matter. Like, of course you're gonna save and reuse scraps that are discarded. Anyway, the white goes straight across the center of the floral designer paper, and then I'm going to tie the ribbon all the way around and tie it in a bow on the left side. So this one will be, oh, I don't know what I was trying to say, literally I don't know, but never mind that. When I tie this bow, I'm going to use my tweezers. We have reverse tweezers in the Embossing Additions toolkit. They're here somewhere. These ones right here. And they're for like holding paper while you heat emboss, so you don't burn your fingers. But I also use them for this. And just a reminder, maybe, yeah, this is the embossing buddy I'm talking about. It also comes with a tray to catch your powder in and funnel it back into your jar and all the stuff. Okay, so I'm going to make a bow. So I wrapped it around. I made the T. I was supposed to show that. So you make the T straight up and down, where you need someone, your friend then, to put their finger there, and instead of the finger you pinch it with the tweezers. Either way, then you want to turn your card upside down or your project upside down to tie your bow. And this is just a normal, like tying your shoes bow, but also always make sure you keep the ribbon as flat as you can. So see how that's completely flat, and then this one I'll turn it so that whichever direction I need to turn it, so that when I wrap it around here, it's flat. It's not like twisted and turned. And then when I pull it through, it's still flat. And all that just helps your bow to be prettier on the front. And I'm not that great of a bow maker, but these things can help. That one's like, looks twisted and turned. Who knows? I'm not going to redo it because we don't have that kind of time in our lives, but let's see how the bow came out of my other card. The bow on my other one is like going up and down like this. Sort of angled up to the left. Something got a little wonky. That's why you try to keep it straight as much as you can, but it's good enough. Okay, and then trim it. No waste on that one side when you do it from the roll. I forgot to say that earlier. That's the reason. No waste. And before I attach this now down to this Timid Tiger cardstock, I just want to make sure the bow is, or that if I place this arch on the side here, the right hand side, that the bow is basically centered on the left. And I think that, yeah, I think that'll be good. Maybe I'm going to come this way a tiny bit. Anyway, so just make sure the bow is where you want it before you glue that to your card base. So now I will attach the designer paper to the, until this is about to run out, or it's going to run out soon. I don't know if it will on this video, but oops, anyway. Attach this to my Timid Tiger. It's a real skinny border, and then when you attach it to the card base, it will also be a very skinny border. What are we doing over here? Thank you, Susie. Hey, Susie, long time no see. It ran out. Love it. Use them till the end. Let me grab a refill. Put it down on the glue, like always. That's why this looks terrible, because every time I go to refill it, I set it down on the used glue there. I will never learn, I guess. Okay, anytime you refill these, or every time you do, make sure you clean out all the gunk from both sides of the opening. This video's so long. What? Well, I did talk a long time about those classes earlier. I guess. Where to put this? And then you can just grab on where your previous adhesive stopped to get that started. Okay. This will go on the white card base, which again will have a real skinny border. Bow even more. Okay, so we're done with that. Now put the arches together. They will go on my card with Stampin' Dimensionals. Thanks, Dana. I know somebody who's a better bow maker than me. I mean, and I don't even think I'm that good, but I'm just saying. I have a friend who's better. I'm sure lots of people are, but anyway. Okay, so the arch, Stampin' Dimensionals, Just trying to, no, I think the bow's too far, so I'm just going to scoot this over more to the right because I want the bow to look centered on this side. It's a little off. Just pretend I did it good. Good enough. And then, let me see. I don't know if it's really necessary to do this because the cherry's going to hide it, but I'm going to cut a slit partially up the center of the half orange and place it on the corner, top left corner of the drink, you know, where it's like a slice there. Then I'll add dimensionals. Including up here on the slice so it stays in place. The other option would just be to attach the slice up there and then add dimensionals because it's kind of, that section's kind of going to get hidden anyway, so I don't know if it's necessary on this card. And so I place the greeting down here on the left just so I can kind of see where I want to place the drink, which is centered left to right but a little bit higher on that arch. Then I will add the cherry flat. Just use my silicone craft sheet here, which keeps any excess adhesive off of my work surface. And see how the cherry is going to hide that part of the orange. So I don't know. I don't think it really matters, but anyway, we know it's on there. Then my greeting is going to be flat on the right, back right, dimensional on the back left, and I'm going to attach it down here at the bottom of the arch, hanging off toward the left, and I'm specifically covering up the bottom of the white arch, but not the bottom of the tiger arch, just because I am. Then my mint, just going to place these three images, mint, strawberry, and orange slice down here at the bottom right of the drink. So I've got a dimensional on the right side of the mint and adhesive on the left, and I'll stick that mint down there on the corner hanging off of the drink. And then same thing here with my orange, dimensional on one half, adhesive on the other, and that goes on the mint and down into the greeting. And then the strawberry, same deal. Adhesive on top, dimensional on bottom. This one's a little different than my other one, but kind of weird. Hold on, let's just scooch it all a little bit. You can just modify your card if you don't like it. A little bit better. And cheers went crooked, which is weird. Oh, because I picked that up. It's not weird, never mind. Okay, there we go. So that is that. Let me add my embellishments. Holographic Resin Dots. I'm just going to put a medium and a small up here in this white section. And I'll show you this fourth card. The fourth one is the just blanked out on the name of that drink. Bloody Mary. I've never had a Bloody Mary. I'm pretty sure I would hate it because I don't like to, like a V8, bleh, gross. Cold tomato juice, like, I don't even know why people like that, even though my daughter loves it. But I love how it looks on a card. That red drink. When can we sneak? Where can we find the sneak peek? Corinne, that sneak peek was in Creativity Now. So if you participated, it was a paid event. If you participated in Creativity Now, that's where they showed us that new bundle or suite of products with the Aurora, whatever it was called. Lights of Aurora, maybe. So that's where we saw that. But then demonstrators get to see the new catalog on July 30th as well. Okay, there is card number 3. Lori says, I love Bloody Marys. Yay. Here are the cards from today. The ones I made on the video. And then I'll show you this 4th one. Thanks, Tyra. Thanks, Ro. Yes, Ro. Dana says, love card number 2. Love this embossing folder. Yes, Ro. Thank you, Mary Jo. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for sharing, Gian. Tyra said, this is a wow card to me. Thank you, Tyra. Texas Craft has a pickled flavor vodka that's delicious. Interesting. Pickle flavor. Is that for Bloody Marys? I don't even know how to make one. This is card number 4. See the red there? This is Poppy Parade. So 4 is maybe not as elaborate as the other cards, but we got that nice red drink there. I used Poppy Parade and mixed it with strawberry slush ink, just because I did. Used Poppy Parade ink here, and then it is in the style of that second card there. So just like that, same measurements, I guess, so to say. And the black is embossed. It's hard to see, but it's embossed with that black, or that glass folder, Glass and Gardens, the glass one. Same label there for the greeting. Okay, so those are the 4 cards for this class. This is, as a reminder, free with an online order through Sunday of $35 or more. Of course, get your free shipping. $75 or more gets free shipping. Demonstrators get free shipping on our own orders. We get our discount on top of that, and we earn rewards. Customers get free shipping and earn rewards. So you can do all of that with this special that ends tomorrow, Friday, July 25th. And then you can also, if you prefer, purchase this class. Card number 4 has a great pop of color. Thank you very much. Tyra says card number 2 is her favorite. I love the colors in card number 2 as well, Tyra. Those purples and pinks. And then, thank you, Corinne says pretty. Yes, for Bloodies. Love it. Lori says love number 3. Elaine, hello. Thank you, Elaine. Says cute cards. Dana, love number 3 is lovely as well. Thank you, Linda. Another fantastic card. Bloody Marys. I've had one. They're not made with V8. They're made with Clamato. Girl, I don't think so. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but isn't that like fish flavored or something? I don't know. I don't know if how do we make them in Texas, y'all? What is the tomato part made out of in Texas? I legit don't know, but I feel like I read about that Clamato one time and was like, bleh. Are you from Canada? Thanks, Corinne. Love seeing both sides of DSP. Yes. This one doesn't exactly match this side, but still, it's fine. Like, it's cute. If you're going with theme. This is what the recipe cards look like. 11 a.m. tomorrow, or 9 a.m. tomorrow is when that email will go out. So make sure you're on my email list so you can get the recipe cards for these 3. If you take the class, you will get, of course, if you take the class, you will get, what am I trying to say? Oh, you'll make double the cards, 2 of each. Okay, so sign up or order by Sunday, July 27th. Get that free shipping by tomorrow. The registration link for the class, of course, it'll be emailed out tomorrow as well, but it is on my blog and on this video description right now. So you should be able to get that now. And let me check on y'all's comments one more time. Probably Tabasco sauce. That's true, Lori. I do think that. Gian says tomato juice, question mark. We'll have to research this, Belinda. We'll have to research it if that's regional. I'm going to write it down so I can check it. As y'all know, I forget 2 seconds after this video ends. Belinda. I'm going to research it. Clamato or V8 or Tabasco. I think they do add Tabasco and pepper. I feel like people add pepper in, at least in Texas, but I don't know. Thank you, Cindy. All right. Well, everyone have a wonderful week. Everybody say yay that I didn't have any technical difficulties. Woo! Give me a thumbs up just for that. Or give a thumbs up to StreamYard for fixing the problem and being very helpful. They were very helpful. Lori, I'm pretty sure they do, honestly. Though she said she was joking, but I think that's truly a thing. I should Google it right now. I'm going to Google it. No, I'm going to ask ChatGPT because they know everything. Wait, I'm in the wrong. Let me open my Firefox real quick. I'm going to ask, but we're done stamping. No, not now. Oh, she opened all my windows. Okay, here we go. New chat. Are Bloody Marys made with different ingredients regionally? Let's see what they say. Yes, Bloody Marys can vary significantly by region, both in the U.S. and internationally, based on local taste, ingredients, and even culinary culture. While classic is vodka, tomato juice, lemon juice, Worcestershire sauce, hot sauce, salt, and pepper, here are some notable differences. Some people have a beer chaser, over-the-top garnishes. Texas, spicier with jalapeno or chipotle hot sauce. It says Southwest, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. Garnishes might include pickled okra, peppers, or even taco toppings. Sometimes tequila replaces vodka, called a Bloody Maria. Northeast, New York, Boston, house-made tomato mix, horseradish, or even clam juice, creating a Bloody Caesar hybrid. California West Coast, organic, cold-pressed tomato juice, avocado, fresh herbs, sriracha. Yep, Canada uses clamato, clam plus tomato juice instead of straight tomato juice. Garnish with celery salt rim, lime, pickled beans, or asparagus. And then they have other international variations as well. So, pretty interesting, huh? We got lots of variations, I guess, on a Bloody Mary. So now we're a little bit educated. They have more info for international, like even more international than US and Canada. So yeah, thank you, Lori. Thanks, Ro. I'm going to call you Ray because it says yay. Thanks, Ray and Dana. No technical issues. You should look at Northern Tap House Facebook page. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Lori says Northern Tap House Facebook page has monthly Bloody Marys. There y'all go. Exactly, Dana. I'm with you. But I don't like tomato juice, like I said. Or V8. I thought it was V8, but obviously I'm wrong on that. But to me, V8, tomato juice, same difference. Anyway, all right. Thank y'all very much. I'm very happy about the no problem streaming. I'm going to get ready. I've got a team incentive tonight on Zoom that I still have to prep for. I'm typing tutorials. If you're part of the camp with Genevieve, that's Saturday. I'm doing my tutorials today. She already sent me her tutorials, so those will go out soon. We'll be letting y'all into that Facebook group, I think by tomorrow, maybe today. Tutorials, I don't know, is there something else on my to-do list for today? Anyway, so everyone have a wonderful week. I will see y'all later. Thank you so much. Bye.